I shot a lot of shots.
Thank you.
Malik, I'm sure you guys wanted to get at least one win there, but we're watching the maturation of Colby Jones, and it seems really fun to watch for everybody.
Yeah, Colby nice. Colby nice. And he listens too. He listens. Asks questions about anything he's confused on. So I think that's why he's grasping things real quick.
You kept finding him on the cross-court passes for the wide opens. Or just how much faith do you have in him already?
Oh yeah, man, a lot. If I don't feed him that faith, who he's gonna get it from? Because Mike gonna be hard on him. So I just try to be positive and tell him I'm gonna find him, so he can have his confidence, because we're gonna need him at some point this year. So it's big that he's showing these signs early. So.
Malik, in the first half, it looked like you were much more of a distributor than a scorer. In the second half, that kind of changed. Did you kind of take it more upon yourself to want to get involved offensively and score?
Yeah, man, I was being a little laid back too much in the preseason this year, so I had to step it up the last game to go into the regular season, and that's what I did.
Malik, after the second lob that you threw for McGee, it seemed like he had a big smile on his face after throwing that one down. Just what kind of camaraderie have you built with him really quickly? Because it seems like you guys are always looking for each other with the lobs.
I told him to stop faking the handoffs to me, because I'm giving the ball back. Because he always trying to fake it because he's scared somebody gonna steal it. But nah, man, JaVale, all you gotta do is store it up somewhere. He gonna catch it. You just gotta put it over the defender, man. And it's amazing to have somebody like that, because it opens up everything else for everybody. So we're gonna continue to build this relationship.
Malik, how good was it, for you and a couple other guys, Colby, Sasha, to get kind of extended minutes and then some opportunities to do more with the starters out, just going into the regular season now?
I won't worry about myself that much. I wanted Sasha and them, a lot of guys that haven't played that much, to get a lot of minutes, a lot of shots, and just see how fast the game is. I know I'll be all right. I'm gonna figure it out. So yeah, man, it's great to see Sasha make some shots. It's great to see everybody make shots, man. So we just got to pick it up on the defensive end a little bit more. Lock in this next week to play Utah again, man, in Utah. So we'll be ready.
What do you talk to a guy like Sasha, coming in and trying to get him going? Because he's looking for that confidence as well.
Oh, yeah, man. I just tell him to keep shooting the ball. We're going to find him. We want him to shoot the ball. When he pump fake one dribble pass, they kind of put us in a little bad situation then, rather than him shooting. So we just try to feed him good energy, and just try to let him know that the shot is better than the one dribble pass. So Sasha will be all right. He'll be all right. He's been a pro for a long time, man, so he'll be all right.
You spent a lot of time playing with Davion in the second unit. What have you seen from him just with the work that he's put in this offseason with his shot? Because he looks a lot more confident with it.
That's all it is. You said it, man. He's just way more confident, and I'm trying to feed him that too as well. So, yeah, man, just way more confident. He put a lot of work in the summer for sure, and he still does. I see him every night in here when I come back too to get some shots up. So it's work. It's showing. It's showing.
Hey Malik, do you feel like you learned anything about this group throughout the course of the preseason?
Not really that I already knew. But Colby's good. Colby's good for sure.
And Malik, kind of along those lines, as you look forward to the regular season now, you got a few days. How important will these days be to either fine-tune things for the regular season or really kind of get some rest into you guys before the marathon begins?
Both. We got to do both, man. Get a little bit of rest. And just really get in tip-top shape. So the season, we play fast, man. If you're not in shape, it's gonna be hard for you to catch up. So yeah, we just gotta get out of tip-top shape before we play Utah next week. So yeah, we'll be ready.
Cool. All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh shit.
Kessler, you just look so much more confident tonight than any time we've seen. Do you feel that building up just with your play, whether it was as a rebounder or with your three-point shots tonight?
Yeah, I definitely do. I don't know. I guess it just took some time to warm up with couple of these preseason games. Just being kind of in and out of the lineup. I know I'll probably play some tonight, so yeah.
Kessler, every year we hear, coaches, other players say, we're going to need everybody at some point in the year. How good is it for some of you guys to get some extra run tonight and kind of get into a rhythm going into the regular season?
I think it's great for us, especially the new guys, the rooks. I feel like I've kind of been in that situation the last 2 years of my career, just having to stay ready and stuff like that. So as long as I keep the right mindset, I think I should be good, but I think it's good for all of us.
Kessler, speaking of staying ready, how competitive are our practices with like the first, second, and third units playing each other, and how much does that feed into you being ready for big minutes like tonight?
I think that's the most important thing for us. I honestly feel like, and Fox was saying this earlier, that we've been playing better in practice than we have these preseason games, especially the first couple of them. So that's been big for us. I think even if it doesn't show now, that'll carry over into deep into the season. So.
What have you seen from Colby, and specifically the fact that he's doing this in his first couple of games in the NBA?
Man, I think his poise is crazy for a rookie. Just the mindset he has, the attitude that he has toward everything is kind of like he's been in the NBA for a minute. Even just off the court, his personality is just kind of cool and collected like that. So I don't know, that's impressive to see. I wasn't like that as a rookie, so that's special.
Kessler, we really haven't seen you as a rebounder all that much. Just how much has that got to be part of who you are this season too when you do get your opportunities?
That's something that I'm trying to focus on, especially just to help the team out, just to get playing time when I am out there. I feel like that's something that I can control, especially with my athleticism. So, just trying to help the team out as much as I can doing that.
And you have bulked up quite a bit this summer. Is that so you can be more of a 3-4 and you can play both positions?
Yeah, honestly. As long as I can still be fast, but yeah, just being able to guard these stronger dudes. Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kessler.
I did. Okay. Go see the playoff game, playoff opener, Sac Republic, this weekend, everybody. All right, Sac Republic, let's go. Mark Briggs, a lot of pressure on you, baby. A lot of pressure on you to get it done. I know you will. I tell you what, man, our quote-unquote second unit for tonight was really good. Man, at the end of the day, Malik, it was great to see him have the performance that he had on both ends of the floor. There were some things defensively that I've been on him about that he was better at tonight. And, obviously when he's good on that end of the floor, offensively, he's about as talented as they come. And, he made play after play after play after play down the stretch, and it was a lot of fun to see him kind of break out of his mold a little bit. On top of that, play a long stretch of minutes in doing so. Alex was fantastic. I mean, he was 1 for 5 from the field, but he had 7 boards. I thought he was a monster defensively too, just being big and trying to do it without fouling. I mean, he had 5 blocks, and probably could have gotten a couple more. He took an elbow to the face too. He was very, very tough. Set great screens. His screens were fantastic tonight. Keon, he was really good too. I thought he came off and got some came off the bench, got some key deflections for us, but just his defensive presence was really, really good. Kessler, whoa, he led us in rebounding. Everybody looks at Kessler and says, well, he can't do this, he can't do that. He's a competitor. He's long, he's athletic, he's strong. The kid rebounds. He gives 1,000% on every single play. And, he's been working very, very hard on his three-point shot. And it was good to see. It was good to see him go 2 for 2 from the three-point line, because as hard as he works at it, he definitely deserves it. But heck of a game by Kessler on both ends of the floor, especially on the glass, with 8 rebounds. And then, I mean, you know, the young fella, Colby, I mean, he was really good. You know, again, I'm loving how he's making my job. He's making my job harder, you know. I love it. But every time we throw him out there, he just keeps getting better and better and better and better. His demeanor is the same. You know, we, as you guys know, we like to cut a lot in our offense. And he's got to be the hardest cutter on the team. And he doesn't do it most times. He does it every frickin' time. It's a hard cut. And I just love watching the kid compete on both ends of the floor. He's been really good for us these last couple of games, especially. But that group that I just named, the way they shared the ball down the stretch, it was beautiful. And somebody was open, they passed it. You had a layup, you shot it. You had an open shot, you shot it. You went a lot of dribble, and you know, and the spacing was great. And just a fun game to watch for me down the stretch.
Mike, it obviously speaks to your durability where you don't have many games without both Domantas and Fox. Because of that, did you come in tonight with kind of like we'll see what happens, kind of a vibe to, you know, maybe some question marks to see who would be those people that would step up?
Yeah, for sure. You know, because you know, with the group that we played, a lot of those guys haven't been in that position. Obviously, Malik has, and he's done it before. And, you know, whether it's a big game or not so big game, you know, and so for him, it was just good to see him get back into his groove a little bit. But you know, one of the questions we had, like I said earlier, we played Colby at the backup point guard. We wanted to see how that would unfold, and you know, it didn't feel like we missed a beat when he was out there in that position. You know, it'd be great to go back and watch the tape and see if my feeling is still the same after watching it. But to see him step up, to see a guy like Kessler step up, who hasn't really played much in the preseason, you know, to see Alex even step up, and Keon, that was a little surprising because they haven't gotten an opportunity, but that was a lot of fun to see those guys step up and defend, share the ball, cut hard, all those other little things that we do very well.
Mike, first off, are you going to the Republic game tomorrow night?
It's Saturday.
Oh, sorry, Saturday night.
It's Saturday. So we have practice and we have a fan fest, I think. And I'm okay if no fans come to the fan fest as long as they're out at the Republic game. I know Vivek probably doesn't like them. They don't like me saying that, but it's just one fan fest and big game. So if I have an opportunity, I will. I've gone to I don't know, 3-4 games this year, and they've been a lot of fun.
And then with Malik Monk tonight, I remember last year him talking about how here in Sacramento he's been allowed to express himself a little bit more with how he plays, especially with his distribution. He said that's always been a part of his game, but he hadn't really been able to show it. How do you encourage that expression and that assisting and ball handling and kind of the flashiness that he shows without it getting, I guess, too far?
He knows for the most part if he's defending, I'm going to let that rope go a little bit longer. You know, he's going to have more freedom to be himself and play his game. And the times that, you know, he and I probably don't see eye to eye is if he gets beat backdoor because he's standing and ball watching, or if he's not sprinting back in defensive transition, or he's not talking, you know. And then, you know, the reality of it is if he has 3-4 turnovers in 20 minutes, that's not good. And so you can express yourself, be yourself, but hey, you got to take care of the ball. If you get 1 or 2 turnovers, okay, I'll live with that as long as you're defending. And I think we have a pretty good understanding of that.
Mike, we asked you early in camp about the rebounding issues and whether you were going to have to change some things around. Is a game like tonight where Domas isn't there and everybody has to go rebound sort of a good thing for your team where they can't just rely on him to clean up everything?
Yeah, for sure. Not only that, it's great because those guys crash the offensive glass pretty hard. And they have strong, quick athletes that will go to the glass. But not only that, they like to dribble drive, and they have a lot of guys that can do that. And so when they get downhill, this happened to us, especially in the first half. In the first half, We gave up 13 second chance points on, I don't know, 9, 10 offensive rebounds, and a lot, a few times they got downhill against the dribble drive. JaVale or Alex went over to try to trap the box or contest a shot, and then we did not sink back to Kessler, their big center. And he was a load for us down there. We have to do a better job of knowing that if we go help, if our big goes to help on a dribble drive, then somebody's got to get back and hit him, or at least sandwich him to try to keep him off the offensive glass.
Yeah, Coach, 32 and a half minutes for Davion tonight and only one foul, and you actually challenged the one, but you've been preaching being physical without fouling. How good is it to have such a good example out there?
He was really good tonight. I thought he stepped up and he took the challenge of guard. It was Horton Tucker. He was a load for us the entire game, and I thought Davion's ability to move his feet and his strength, it's probably second to none, in this league when you're talking about the combination of quickness, strength, and know-how while having the determination to do it. That's a superpower, and I know it's hard, but he can make a lot of money in this league if he could ever get to a point to where he's taking that on every single time he's on the floor.
Coach, JaVale McGee gave you 12 buckets, 5 offensive rebounds, 3 turnovers in those 20 minutes, but that's about the only blemish there. How would you assess his preseason?
I thought his preseason was pretty good. The one thing that you just mentioned, our turnovers, he had 3, I think, in our last game against Golden State. In like 12 to 13 minutes, he has 3 tonight in 20 minutes. And at that spot, we can't have him, especially if he's going, and he'll average around 12 minutes or so, but we can't have him, making 3, 4 turnovers while he's out there during that time. His ability to be a vertical threat at the rim is going to open up a lot for Malik and everybody else, and I think he understands that part. And then his presence around the rim is going to deter our opponents from time to time. I think he does a good job understanding that. So I thought overall his preseason was pretty good, minus the turnovers.
Last 2, Jason and Robert.
Mike, I'll bail you out. Fortunately for your fans, the Fan Fest is before the Republic game. They could probably do both if they wanted to go to both.
Go to both. The Fan Fest, thank you. Tina, we're trying to get people back in the building. So go to Fan Fest first, just make it an all-day thing, and then go to Republic game.
All right. And looking at Kevin, we don't have as well a trained an eye as you do. I saw an early reaching foul. There was a blow by. I think he's I don't know the shooting numbers. I think he's 5 of 26 in the preseason. Where's your level of concern on offense, on defense, and what do you do in the next week before the regular season begins?
But I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. He's gonna get an opportunity though. He shot the ball well for us last year. Obviously, not just him, but everybody needed to defend better than what we did last year from the outset. And so I'm putting pressure on him as well as everybody else to go out there and get it done on that end of the floor. And for me, that's my biggest level of concern or area of concern, and not just with him. Like I said, it's everybody else. And I said it about Malik getting beat backdoor and some other guys getting beat backdoor. We have to do a better job in the pick and roll as a group. But it's something that I'm going to be evaluating, the entire year, but not waiting until the end of the year. It's going to happen for us yesterday. And if he can figure out it defensively, just like everybody else, then you're going to get an opportunity, and if he misses some shots, I believe in his shooting ability. He's shown he's been able to do that his entire career. I don't ever want him hesitating or not taking a shot. I think that'll come in time as long as you keep playing the right way. But we have to understand that we need to be a physical defensive team first, so that it's not anything that we have to change come playoff time.
If I could ask, do you think that the effort, the extra effort maybe, or thought or attention on the defensive side might be affecting his game on the offensive side a little?
Well, I think not just with him. I think when you are playing that much harder defensively, and you know your physicality is increased, and your intensity, like I just said, it's a different shot on the other end of the floor. It just is, and you know, until you get used to it, you know, playing that hard all the time, playing that physical all the time. You know, until you get used to it, you know, you may struggle to make shots that you normally make. You know, the game of basketball is usually about being in rhythm. And again, when you're playing physical and with intensity, like I'm trying to push them to do early on, sometimes it gets you a little disjointed, you know, especially on the offense end of the floor. And your legs might be a little bit more fatigued when you got that open look, and or even your mind might be a little bit more fatigued when you have that open look, or your arms. And so it's something that, again, we want to get used to right now. And you know, we're taking the right shots for the most part. We're taking the right shots, and as long as we keep taking the right shots, if they don't go in, I'm willing to live with that to a certain degree right now. But as long as our intensity and our physicality is up on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, just all the talk about the weekend plans. If you are able to attend an event after FanFest, I'm wondering, is it a tough decision between Sac Republic and then also Sacramento State has a big game as well? I'm not sure if you.
Yeah, they let's see, who did they play? It's a football game. Who did they play?
Montana State.
Montana State, yeah.
It's a big game. I mean, yeah, the playoffs are, no disrespect, Coach Thompson, you know, I love you guys. And I'm hoping you guys win. And I had a great time when I went out there last time, and it was a lot of fun. It's tough. It's tough.
We can move on if you want.
Yeah, no, tough. I got to figure it out. But the playoff game is huge.
Playoff makes sense. Sacramento, you hope they have bigger games down the line.
Yeah.
And then,
how's the young kid playing? The young kid for him. He got like a 13 or 14-year-old kid, Mark.
for Sac Republic,
Yeah.
I haven't really played very much.
Yeah.
You got it one game.
Got a one
Yeah,
game.
I think it's he made history though.
Yeah.
That's
All right,
go ahead.
Is
And
it,
then
is it 15?
14.
14.
Basketball related questions last.
14.
JaVale and Malik, they're developing quite a two-man game. I'm just wondering, is that something that you and the coaching staff are saying and encouraging, or is that just happening from the flow of the game between those two guys?
No, it's, you know, the more they play together, I think the better it will be. You know, when JaVale was a free agent, that was one of the things I talked to him about. I said, hey, Malik's one of the better pick and roll players in the game, and you know, Malik really, he wants to. Everybody knows this, and it gets him in trouble sometimes, but he wants to throw the lob first. Then I think he wants to score second, and then I think he wants to spray the ball third. And you know, when you have a guy like JaVale dive into the rim, it makes it a little easier to throw that lob. Now JaVale gets one or two, and now Malik's game opens up at the rim. So we felt they would have a chance to be a dynamic pick and roll duo, and it's starting to show a little bit. And I think the more reps they get together, the better it will become.
Cool. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate
Thank you.
All right, Coach.
What are you doing Sunday?
I'm not telling.
it.